Hi everyone, this is Heather Lottinen from the Flourish Academy. This is episode 269, and I'm working with a lot of photographers right now who are building their very first website, which is exciting and frustrating all at the same time. In fact, one of my clients said to me, I think yesterday, she said, this might as well all be in Japanese. So we're having some struggles, but one of the big questions that comes up very often is, should I put my pricing on my website? I think we need to talk about the pros and cons to this because there are obviously only two answers. Either yes, you should put your pricing on your website, or no, you should not. And really the bottom line is it's up to you and you can run your business however you would like. I do have an opinion on this because after 15 years in business, I have experimented both ways for years at a time so that I can study the data and how it worked out for me. When I did not have my pricing on my website, I got a ton of inquiries, both emails and phone calls, but a lot of those inquiries really did not match in terms of budget. Therefore, it was somewhat a waste of time in order for me to, well, actually, not my time, doesn't matter to me, I run a business. I don't like to waste my clients' time thinking that maybe we're within the same budget when we're not. So I decided to put my prices on my website pretty early on in order to limit the number of leads. This meant, yes, I got fewer leads from my website, but they were more qualified. They had already seen the pricing, hopefully in some cases they missed it, but they could determine whether or not they could afford me and whether or not they wanted to proceed. So at that point, yes, the emails are slower, that didn't bother me, but again, more qualified versus a ton of inquiries that really didn't fit. Now, certainly you could automate this process in terms of emails for sure, but there's a good argument for not having your prices on your website, and that is you want to develop a relationship with people. So you want them to email you so you can talk, or call you, even better, so that you can talk with them and communicate with them directly to determine if you're a good fit. Because what often happens is that when you connect and you build a relationship, then they may hire you and they may even spend a little more than they initially thought because they like you. So that is the theory of not putting your prices on your website, is by getting people who you build a relationship and then they hire you. And I think that's a very valid approach. So the other side of that is, okay, you put your prices on your website and they determine themselves, they pre-qualify themselves as to whether or not you can work together, and then they contact you. Now, how much information you put on your website in terms of pricing is another question. You could put prices starting at, people do that. However, if you are the type of photographer that is participating in in-person sales and you put prices start at $250 and really most of your clients are spending $2,000, then that can be misleading to some clients, and I don't think that's a good idea. So if you do IPS and you choose to put your prices on your website, then I might be inclined to put a typical client spends between this and that. There's a downside to that as well, and that then you're putting people in a box and they see those numbers and there's an upper limit. And I hate upper limits on pricing. I want the amount that someone spends to be, to some degree, unlimited. And if you say prices begin at $250, but a typical client spends between $2,000 and $3,000, then you just capped yourself at $3,000. When the truth is, you can get portrait clients who spend $5,000 or more. So I don't know that I like that either. Do you see where I'm going with all of this? It's really a personal decision, and it depends on how you want to run your business. I know Leanne does this in a really clever way. She has information on her website, and she says, if you put your email information here and some stats about your wedding at very high level, you will instantly be shown the pricing. So it takes them to a page where it shows them the pricing. And then she's able to capture their email and follow up with them both personally and in an automated fashion. So that's actually kind of smart. So it's there, but they have to put in their email in order to see it. I kind of like that. Think of it this way. How you want to run your business is how you like to operate. How do you feel when you go to a website when you're looking for a product or service and you can't find pricing? Is that okay? okay to you? Are you okay reaching out and then getting the information? Are you impatient and then out of there and you're going to another site to see somebody that offers pricing? I know that when we're doing our vacation planning and I'm looking for a home to rent, say on the beach, if I go to a website where there's no pricing information, I am so frustrated and so gone because they're wasting my time. I don't want to look through all these homes not knowing if I can afford them or not, because if I can't afford them, I don't want to see it. I don't want to look at it. So from my perspective, me personally, you can run this any way you want. I like to put at least some type of pricing information on my website. I like people to know whether or not they can afford me. I want to know if I can fit within their budget. Again, this depends on your model. Are you shoot and burn? Are you IPS? Are you a wedding photographer? What are the services that you offer? Do they vary widely in range? People need to know what they're going to spend, but you also don't want to limit them, especially if you're in-person sales. Could you please like, share, and talk to me in this video? Could you please comment? Do you have your pricing on your website? How has it been working for you? Have you gone back and forth? What are your thoughts? If you comment with your thoughts, it really helps other people to see different approaches, not just mine. I don't think that mine is 100% the right approach for everyone. It really depends on your business. I'll see you in the next video.